snatched the letter away, and then his mean old wrinkled face began to change. He handed the letter back, and so Casey read it aloud. Dear Mr. Wilkes, you've won the Bleekersville lottery. That's a lot of money, said Casey. Mr. Wilkes began to dance around. Come with me, he laughed. Where? Said Casey. To the bank, said Mr. Wilkes. This is more money than anyone could ever need, and I'm going to give you a whole bunch of it for delivering this happy news. And when Casey began to imagine all of the things he'd be able to buy, something very strange began to happen. There was green everywhere. Everywhere. There was green. Money. There was so much green it was beginning to take over. Here you are, said Mr. Wilkes, and he handed Casey a stack of the greenest money he had ever seen. But then Casey remembered something. Thank you, sir, he said, but someone else needs this more than me. And when he said that, all the other new colors began to shine just as bright again. Mrs. Maud, this is for you, said Casey. Now you can have the best birthday ever, and your son can come too. Mrs. Maud began to cry again, but this time they were tears of joy. I see red, said Mrs. Maud, and green, and blue, too. So do I, said Mr. Wilkes. Dad, shouted Casey, the world is filling with color. Mr. Amos smiled. Isn't it wonderful? You knew. When everything is the same, said Mr. Amos, it gets to be pretty boring. But if you take the time to feel what others feel, you'll start to see that it's all the different colors in this world that make it so great. For the people of Bleekersville, soon the world was a pretty, beautiful place. Because the world had taken on all the colors that it needs to experience. Thank you. I hope you enjoyed it, but I hope you'll share not just this book, but the idea behind the book with your children, grandchildren, or your neighbor's children, or whatever children you've established a relationship with. Yes. Yes, sir.
As a mail carrier, I love the subject matter that you have going on. Did you know anybody in your family that was a mail carrier, or?
No, but I tell you, back in the day when I was in high school, when the holidays would roll around, particularly Christmas, you could get extra work at the Newark post office and at the post office down by the airport to be a temporary mail sorter. We weren't carriers, but we could sort mail. So I had a little bit of experience with the mail department. And thank you, sir, for a wonderful mail service. We all look forward to the mailman, even when he brings us the bills sometimes. And lately, you've been bringing more bills than you have been bringing good news. But that's your job. You got to bring the mail. I don't blame the messenger. Right, right. Any other thoughts or questions? Yes, ma'am. Is that your little girl there? Take the mic to her, if you would, please, so we can hear her question, if you don't mind.
My question is, are you looking forward to writing more children's books sort of in that same realm?
Absolutely.
I really enjoyed it.
Absolutely.
Okay, good.
I think if we want to teach our children to help preserve the ecology, the world that they'll grow up in, the best way is through children's books, and the sooner the better.
Oh, yeah.
The sooner they realize how important it is that we not pollute, that we not do the things that are endangering all of humanity. The sooner they learn, the sooner they will become champions to correct these wrongs that we adults have inflicted on them. I mean, it's their world. We've had our chance as adults. Let's try and leave something for them to enjoy that we might have enjoyed. I mean, simple things like fireflies in the summertime. You know, simple things like that we take for granted. Lightning bugs. When I was a kid, we would go out with jars in the summertime, we got lightning bugs, and put them in and walk down the road with a jar full of lightning bugs. And these are the things that I try to recall, and I try and refresh our collective memories about when I wrote Haley's column. This old man has lived 86 years, and during that time has collected a lot of wonderful memories, memories that no longer exist. I know what it was like to turn on the radio back in the day and hear programs that called for you to use your imagination, because we didn't have TV, we didn't have iPhones and all the rest of the gadgets we have now, but we did have our imaginations, and radio was very, very exciting. Today, I think